Guys, thank you for joining me today. My name is Yarina from Tiredness and Art, and today I would like to explain you how I got from this to this. I would like to share with you some tips of how I improved my art. First of all, I am practicing constantly, so I always have a sketchbook, as I told you also in other videos, that I carry around a sketchbook. And yeah, looking through my sketchbook, I see that my art, when it comes to portraits, used to be very tragic. But this is the first thing that you have to understand is that if you're doing some good drawings, you will have to do some very bad ones. As an example, one of the most important things of starting off is to decide what you would like to draw. Like pick one subject. You don't have to, if you say I would love to draw, you have to pick just one subject to start with. For example, when I decided to draw to make portraits, I would do this, have some head study, understand it. And I have to admit that I drew so many Lumi's head and I did so many tutorials that I get tired only thinking about it. But this is the way in which I improve my art. And now I have to admit that I'm very proud about my portrait. I'm looking for one good to show you. For example, I'm very proud of this one. Yeah, this is something that happened only because I practiced every time. The third thing that is very important is that you have to realize that you have to be your biggest cheerleader. You did a correct line, celebrate it. No one has to be there to do that for you. You have to celebrate everything. You did an ugly head, hey, you finished it. Please keep that in mind and be your biggest cheerleader. It's very hard to say that because you will always have in your head that voice that is saying that you're not good enough and that, you will never be able to draw. Oh, I love this one. But no, be your biggest cheerleader and find a group of friends that will be there for you. You can find, a community, especially online. Maybe if you're like an introverted person, you will need this type of people, but don't forget that you are your own cheerleader. So draw a line, be happy, be proud of it, showcase your art. If someone doesn't like your art, hey, it's your art. If they can do better art, they should share it. It's very important. Number 4, I guess, it's very important to use references, and this is something that I never used to do. I don't know why. But when you use references, I think this is, like generic advice, use references. But people don't mention that, when you use a reference, before starting to draw, you have to decide, of course, you have to understand if you can draw that, if you have the basic knowledge to do it. And if you would like to draw it in a realism way, or you just want to do your cartoon version. Sometimes I just play with styles. For example, if I'm drawing a girl from reference, but I don't like how her lips are, I would use the way I draw my lips because it's somehow my style, but not quite. This is the way I draw the lips, and I will use that. It's a very important thing to remember because also one of the girls that I draw today, right now I'm also practicing hands, and I choose this girl because it also has some hands, and I didn't like how her lips were in the picture, so I just did it in my own way, and I draw my own lips. This is another drawing that I'm very proud of. This is a draw this in your style challenge. But see, it's very important to have a sketchbook with you to be able to practice everywhere. Another, important and life-changing advice is to listen to podcasts that are speaking about creativity. They're speaking about other people's experience when it comes to being an illustrator or being, an artist, because this type of podcast will help you with your mindset, and they will explain better how can you improve your mindset and stop your mind, screaming at you, because a lot of people get heart blown because you get tired of that voice, as I mentioned before. But if you listen to podcasts from people that went through that, and that right now are having, a career, I think this is very helpful. There are a lot of books that can also help you with that. I think I presented some books and some creators in another video, but I think somehow if you, study, and if you learn more, you will always find new people that you can read their book. And somehow if you read, and if you practice, and if you follow a lot of artists, the people that can help you grow will appear for sure. The last thing that I think is very, very important is that you should never forget why you started. For me, it's a very important step in my life to do this. Not, I don't know, as a career, as not a career, it's very important for me to draw. And yeah, right now I am practicing hands, and I'm trying to incorporate some hands in the drawings that I make with girls' faces. But it's very important to remember why you started and never stop fighting for your dreams, because why should you? Yeah, it's very important to stand up for yourself, as I said, to be your own cheerleader. And I have to admit that we can do this. I could do that. I managed to draw hands. This is, sorry, my sketchbook is very special. I managed to draw this. Okay, it's not perfect, but hey, I didn't even believe in myself that I would ever be able to draw hands, because hands are hard to draw. This is one of the ones that I started with. But hands are hard to draw, and because I believed in myself and I was my own cheerleader, I managed to do it. And that means that you can manage to do it too. Because probably maybe you're a self taught artist, so we cannot let ourselves stop our progress. Yeah, I'm very happy to do this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Keep your eyes open for books and podcasts, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.